Yes, hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fundamentals of Martial Arts. This is week 2. Okay, so history of Judo. Judo, meaning gentle way, is a martial art that was born in Japan and is now known around the world as an Olympic sport. Judo was established in 1882 by combining jiu-jitsu, a form of wrestling, with mental discipline. The roots of jiu-jitsu lie in sumo, which has a long history. Sumo is mentioned in the Nihon Shoki, or Chronicle of Japan, a document from 720 that describes the history of Japan from the mythical age of the gods until the time of Empress Jito, who reigned from 686 to 697. From the 12th to 19th century, Japan was ruled by the samurai, a class of professional soldiers. These provide fertile ground for various martial arts to develop. In addition to fighting with swords and bows and arrows, the samurai developed jujitsu to fight enemies at close quarters on the battlefield. Several different styles of jujitsu evolved and hand-to-hand combat spread as an important for military training. So, kita nyo kung paano siya mag-start up. Okay. So, the picture on your right side, lower right side, he is the founder of Judo. Okay. Uh, the era of samurai rule came over an end with Meiji Restoration of 1868, and Western culture began filtering into Japanese society. Jiu-jitsu fell into decline, but the enthusiasm of one young man rescued it from extinction. That man was Jigoro Kano. So he is the founder of Judo as we know it today. So, Kano excelled in schoolwork but had an inferior complex about his small physique. So he became an apprentice of Yanosuke Fukuda, a master of the Tenjin Shin School of Jiu-Jitsu, when he was 17 and worked to become stronger. In May 1882, when he was just 21 years old, he took the best thing about each Jiu-Jitsu style and created a single new school. This was the birth of modern Judo. At first, he had just 9 students, and the dojo practice hall measured just 12, about 20 square meters. So Kano went up to Europe in 1889 to introduce judo outside of Japan. A famous episode occurred abroad a ship during his voyage. When a foreigner made fun of Kano, he threw the man down but put his hand under the man's head to prevent him from getting hurt. This illustrated how judo combined practical fighting techniques with thoughtfulness from one's enemy. Kano always maintained a global point of view, serving as a member of International Olympic Committee and worked tirelessly to spread judo around the world. So hindi siya talaga brute na sasabihin mo talagang i-injure ka netong judo. So at the same time na ina-execute ang judo, no, iniisip mo din yung kalagayan, kakahantungan nung kalaban o yung tao na pinag-executan ng judo. Kano's dream came true. At the Tokyo Olympics in 1964, where men's judo was recognized as an official Olympic event, medals were awarded to competitors in various weight divisions, and Japanese competitors swept the gold in all except the open division, where a non-Japanese champion was crowned. This was a sign that judo had already taken root in countries outside Japan. Women's judo was introduced as a demonstration event at the 1988 Seoul Olympics and was added to the official program at the Barcelona Olympics in 1992. So nakikilala na siya. Currently, some 184 countries and regions are members of International Judo Federation. The sport is particularly popular in Europe. In fact, many people In France, practice judo than in Japan. Japan is continuing to promote judo in other countries, such as by sending instructors to regions where judo is not so well known, like Africa and Oceania, and donating second-hand judo uniforms. Wow. Okay, so we have the equipment in judo. So we have the uniform, judogi, judo uniform, consists of judo top, oaoji, shitabaki, or judo pants, and oobi is belt. One competitor wears a white uniform and other wears blue, traditionally, but both wore white. In 1997, the International Judo Federation officially decided to use blue judogi. This was to make it easier for spectators to distinguish the competitors. It is now easier to see what each is doing when one pins the other to the floor. Blue judogi were first used at 2000 Sydney Olympics, and colored judogi have become standard at the World Championship and other major tournaments. Yan, itsura. Halos pare-parehas lang, no? Uniform. Aikido, Judo, Taekwondo. Nagkakaroon na ng difference between the logos at mga design na ginagawa nila. Okay, so for the venue, judo matches are fought between two people on a square mat measuring between 8 to 10 meters per side. There is one head referee and two assistant referees. Any one of 67 throwing techniques and 29 grappling techniques may be used to win. Okay, so yan yung itsura. So mamaya may papakita ko sa inyong video ng demonstration ng judo sa Olympics para makita nyo kung paano yung setup at paano sila nagde-demonstrate. Okay? So importance of warm-up exercise. So before tayo mag-warm-up exercise, ipakita ko muna sa inyo is a video regarding judo para makita nyo yung paano ba sila pina-perform. Okay? So here is the video. So makikita mo yung venue. Kaya yung itsura. So please watch.
Próxima kata en el tatami número 1. Categoría Judo Kata. Japón. Etsuko Yokoyama, Chigusa Omori.
Next kata in the tatami 1 with the category of Judo Kata, Japan. Etsuko Yokoyama, Chigusa Omori.
Próxima kata, tatami número 3, categoría Tatami no Kata. España, Juan Pedro Goico Echandía, Roberto Villar.
Next kata in the tatami number 3.
Okay, so that's an example of performance of judo. Okay, so let's proceed to the PowerPoint. So importance of warm-up exercise. Okay, so sa lahat ng activities na kailangan mong gawin, intense, you need to have a warm-up exercise, no, para malusin yung mga muscles mo, joints, ma-prepare ka. Okay, so warm-up exercise. Kung maalala niyo yung inyong PE, no, yun, warm-up and exercise are physically fitness activities in preparation for a more strenuous and challenging physical action that will follow. Warm-up gives beneficial things to the person, but its primary purpose is to prepare the body and mind of the person. It helps increase the body temperature, specifically the muscles. Increased temperature makes the muscle more supple and pliant, hence ready for a bigger task. A good warm-up has effective increase in both the person's heart and respiratory rates. There is an increased blood flow, which contributes much to the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the muscles. All of these will result to prepare the muscles, tendons, and joints. To organize a warm-up activity, 4 things should be considered first. Okay, general warm-up. This includes minor physical activities such as jogging, walking, swimming, stationary, bike, and other activities with slightly physical movement. The intensity of general warm-up, duration, or how long depends on the fitness level of the subject, although in average, it takes 5 or 10 minutes with sweat beginning to come out. So for example, nag-aaral kayo ng judo, no? Ang bahay mo, taga Purok Uno ka, taga Bulanaw ka, tapos maglalakad ka papuntang ng Jollibee. Andun sa tabi ng Jollibee yung ano nyo, yung dojo nyo o yung venue ng practice area. Kung mga 2 to 300 meters lang away sa inyo, magandang maglakad na kayo. So yun na yung startup ng inyong warm-up exercise. Static stretching, right? When the general warm-up is completed, temperatures of the muscles are warmer and suppler, and they become more suppler and elastic. Immediately, the subject engages some slight relaxed and stationary or static stretching. Start it with the back, then the upper and lower parts of the body. Okay? So, hindi sapat yung paglalakad lang. So, pagdating nyo doon na yung stretching na kayo. Okay? So, halos may pagkakapareho ang mga stretching activities ng iba't ibang martial arts. No? Pero pagdating sa latter part, sa dulo, meron na silang distinct stretching na ginagawa. Okay? Dynamic stretching. This is the last part of warm-up. It is only performed after all prior 3 parts are properly done. Subjects are advised not to go into dynamic stretching without presence of an experienced coach or gym instructor. Dynamic stretching is more muscular than flexible, which really fits to the well-trained or highly fit athletes. No one will jump into it without passing through the 3 parts, and flexibility has been assured. It is more challenging and difficult, which makes it more risky if it is not applied correctly. After it, athletes are well prepared for a vigorous sport activity. Warm-up is specific to a sports. As the first 2 parts of warm-up are correctly performed, it is now time to move on the 3rd part. This part, athletes prepare their body for the particular sports they are going to engage to. It is in this part of the warm-up employs usual activities which reflect the kind of movement demanded in the actual sport. Okay, so kung may time kayo after mapanood tong video, so makikita mo, mamaya papakita ko sa inyo yung warm-up exercise ng judo. Okay? So if you have time, try nyong manood ng warm-up exercise ng taekwondo para makita nyo yung difference. Okay? Kasi ang taekwondo, ang focus ng martial arts is using more sa kanilang paa. Leg footwork. Makikita mo sa kanila. Compared sa judo, lahat ginagamit mo. Kamay, katawan, tsaka paa. Okay? So before we go to your activity, I have here the different warm-up exercise na kailangan nyo i-perform pagdating sa judo. Okay?
Sometimes, let's just pretend you've come late to your class and the class has started and you're left on your own to warm up. I'm going to show you a very basic warm-up. What are the right way to warm up to join a class that's already started before you? It's a lot of people ask these questions, and like everything, there's a right way and a wrong way. So I'll show you what I think is a very simple, quick way to warm up and then join in your session. Okay, I've just arrived at the class. The class has just started. Everyone's warmed up. I'm 15 minutes late behind everyone else. The instructor says to me, warm up and join the class, which you should warm up. You should never join a class without warming up, because we know why. You're going to be very prone to injuries, and that's the best way to get hurt. So I've got a few minutes to warm up and join the class. So what do I do? Okay, so this is what I would do, and hopefully you can learn something from it. So we'll start warming up, and this is important just to relax the shoulders as well, ligaments and tendons. It's not just about cardiovascular. So a little bit of skipping, maybe about 15-20 seconds. Start to warm the hips up. Hands go one side, hips go the other way. You can practice a bit of coordination. And back again. There are millions of exercises. Okay, second one, legs up. Okay, now we go on the knees. Put your hands along here and reach up for your knees. A little bit of open and closing. Relax the fingers. Move the body around. Judo should not be static. You must learn to move all the time. So that's warmed up all the ligaments, joints, tendons, neck muscles. Okay. Next technique, start on the ankle. A few circles onto the ankle and then the other way. We use the ankle a lot, so we want to make sure it's nice and warm, left and right. Okay. Turn the foot sideways, little bit of pressure. Turn the foot the other way. Do the same on the other side. Doesn't have to be long, but just enough to stretch it. The other thing is the toes. So on the toes, they take a lot of punishment, so it's nice to make sure they're loose, especially if they've been in shoes all day. Okay, so that's done. Then I like to just stab the mat, and also warms the hips up as well. Now from here, your feet together, hands on top of the knees, a little bit of rotation, maybe 5 or 6, one way, the other way. Open your legs, come in and out, squat and roll, other way, feet together, just add a little bit of tension on the tendons by bending left and right, relax the body forward, and if you notice I'm working from the bottom on the way up, then I've gone to the hips. Of course we use the hips a lot in judo, so it's nice to loosen up the hips. I like to step forward and add a bit of pressure to the hip, both ways, other side. Very simple. And then just push the hips left and right. So it's all nicely done. Okay, very good. And now I'm going to work onto my top. Just a little bit of twisting. Your hands by your pockets, about 5 or 6 times. Then your hands slightly higher up to your chest. And then from here you can go higher, left and right. Yeah, and then finish off a few forward circles with the shoulders, backwards. Okay, then we have one hand coming forward, one hand going backwards. Again, coordination work, warming up. Left hand goes up, bend your hand behind, stretch your shoulders, because we will be using the shoulders a lot. Come across your face, pull nice and tight, under your armpit. Pull tight, take the hand behind and pull up as much as you can. That stretches the shoulder. We do exactly the same on the other side. As I said, it's just very simple stretching. And you're only as good as your judo as well as you warm up. The last thing you want to do is get injured. Shoulders back and forward. Okay, head half in, half out. And then you can go all the way around. And the other side. And then a little bit of pressure, pull your head down, so you're stretching the neck. Back up. You can twist your head slightly to the left, to the right. Take the side, pull down, and resist the pressure a little bit. And then relax the other side. Good, and then a little bounce. Legs apart, slightly bending. All the joints have been loosened up. Blood's pumping. Squat down, stretch other side, again, stretching the groin, and then going flat-footed, other side, a little bit of taitoshi, just stretching, and you can overextend by going the other way, stretch, other side.
Okay, so that's an example of stretching. At meron pa dito ito, isa pang video, stretching for judo na pwede mong gawin, no, sa loob ng bahay. No? Hindi mo kailangan ng malaking area. Okay, so that's an example. So, ito naman para makita niyo yung insight kung ano ba yung mga warm-ups na ginagawa nila during their judo training. So, bago sila mag-start, ito yung pine-perform nila doon sa kanilang judo. So, ito, hindi ko sure kung ito ginagawa sa lahat ng um, judo venue. So, depende pa rin siguro kung sino yung inyong instructor, kung sino tuturo sa inyo ng martial arts kung ipapaperform nila ito. So, let's watch para makita niyo, magkaroon kayo ng idea.
Don't stop.
So nakita nyo, very intense yung ginagawa nila. Okay, guys, for your activities, we have a multiple choice. So, andyan na. This is 30 points. No? 15 questions. Sa essay naman, we have 10 points each. What is the importance of warming up before doing strenuous activities, and differentiate static warm-up from dynamic warm-up, and keep examples. No, para hindi kayo mahirapan, ito gawin natin. Mili kayo kung gusto niyo yung essay o yung multiple choice. So, one activity, it's either the multiple choice or essay yung sasagutan nyo. Okay? So, thank you for watching and God bless.